In the last video, we talked about projection, how it shows up, how to spot it, and why it's such a sneaky defense mechanism people use without even realizing. But here's the thing. Once you start spotting projection, something else usually follows. You don't just see one pattern, you start to see all the patterns, the masks, the deflections, the trauma loops people are living in. Suddenly, the world looks different, like someone turned on the lights in a room you've lived in your whole life. And that's when it gets overwhelming, because awareness is powerful, but it can also feel like too much. You can't switch it off again. You're awake now. You see people's wounds in their words, their avoidance in their actions, their pain in their jokes, and you think, how do I keep functioning in this? How do I live in a world that still thinks this is normal when I can see it so clearly isn't? That's exactly what this video is about. How to survive your healing once you've woken up. How to keep navigating the matrix without losing yourself, without collapsing under the weight of everything you now see. Hi, I'm Marina Popper, founder of the AP Method, and if you're ready to do life, love, and success in a way that actually gets you results, then this video and this channel is for you. Now here's the paradox. The more self-aware you become, the harder it can be to play the game of life. Because the game hasn't actually changed, but you have. You start to see through the illusions that used to hold you. People still gossip in the office, but now you notice it's not just small talk, it's trauma bonding. Your family still criticizes you, but now you see their fear behind the criticism. A friend complains about relationships, and instead of nodding along, you see attachment wounds screaming through their story. And part of you wishes you could go back to sleep. Just laugh at the joke, just nod at the gossip, just believe the mask. But you can't. Once you've seen the matrix, you can't unsee it. Psychologists call this stage disillusionment. The brain is shifting from unconscious autopilot to conscious awareness. Neuroscience shows that when people first break out of old conditioning, the brain's amygdala, the threat detection center, goes into overdrive. Awareness feels unsafe. The illusion was a kind of anesthesia, and now you're sober. You're seeing the cracks in the system, and your nervous system interprets that as danger. This is why healing can actually feel like a crisis. But here's the promise. If you can learn to hold yourself through this stage, you become unshakable. You stop drowning in awareness and start navigating with clarity. You realize that survival in the world doesn't mean going back to sleep. It means upgrading your operating system so you can walk through the chaos without being consumed by it. So let's get practical. I'm going to share 5 tools that will help you survive this healing stage, how to keep functioning in society and actually thrive in the middle of all this awareness. Each one is grounded in psychology, neuroscience, and real-life application. And yes, each comes with a journaling prompt to help you integrate. The first tool is pattern spotting without personalizing. When you wake up, projection is the first thing you see everywhere. Someone calls you controlling because you set a boundary. Someone accuses you of being selfish because you said no. Someone tells you you're too sensitive when really they're uncomfortable with their own feelings. Classic projection. The problem is your nervous system is still wired to absorb it. Neuroscience tells us about mirror neurons, the brain cells that make us feel what others feel. They're brilliant for empathy, but they also make you vulnerable to absorbing someone else's reality as your own. So when someone projects onto you, your body might still flinch as if it's true. This is where you need that mantra, I see the pattern, but I don't have to play the part. You don't argue, you don't collapse, you don't over-explain, you simply recognize it as theirs. So a journaling prompt here is, what projection did I notice today, and how did I choose not to own it? Now the second tool is building your inner observer. Jung called this the self. Neuroscience calls it metacognition, thinking about your thinking. This is the part of you that notices your own reactions in real time. Imagine you're Neo in the Matrix, watching the bullets slow down. You see the pattern coming, you feel your old response rising, and you choose differently. Science shows mindfulness literally reduces amygdala reactivity and strengthens prefrontal cortex regulation. Translation, you pause before reacting. You notice before you spiral. And that pause is where your power lives. And here's a journaling prompt for you. Where today did I pause and observe instead of reacting? Now, the third tool is compassion without collapsing. Now, here's the risk. Once you see how broken the world is, you can become cynical, bitter, even superior. But compassion is not collapsing. It's not absorbing people's wounds. It's recognizing that hurt people while still holding firm boundaries. Research from Harvard shows compassion training increases vagal tone, meaning your nervous system is more stable under stress. That's why compassion isn't weakness, it's actually resilience. Think of it like an emotional hazmat suit. You can stand near the toxins without inhaling them. And here's a journaling prompt. Where today did I show compassion without betraying myself? Now, a quick reminder before we continue, you don't have to do this alone. I created a free core values workbook to help you anchor into who you really are. So you're not just reacting to everyone else's chaos, but you stay rooted in your own truth. And I also want to invite you to sign up for the Freedom Formula Challenge. This is a free 5-day virtual immersive experience where we'll go even deeper into this work together. And of course, like, subscribe, share this video with someone who needs it, and comment below with your reflections. Those 3 things, the workbook, the challenge, and this channel, are here to support your journey. Now, the 4th tool is playing the game consciously. You see the matrix, but you still have to live in it. You have to pay your bills, go to work, sit in meetings where everyone pretends everything is fine. Now, this doesn't mean you betray yourself. It means you play consciously. Studies on psychological flexibility show people who can adapt without fusing with the role have better outcomes. So yes, you can wear the suit, smile politely, send the email without losing yourself. Journaling prompt, where today did I consciously play the game while staying true to myself? The 5th tool is anchoring joy and embodiment. Now, healing can get heavy because you're processing shadow, pain, trauma, but your nervous system can't survive on shadow work alone. Positive psychology research shows micro moments of joy increase resilience and broaden perspective. Listen to the song that lights you up, savor your coffee, laugh at a ridiculous meme. This isn't trivial, it's medicine. In the Matrix, this is your upgrade. You don't just see the code, you start bending it. So here's a journaling prompt. What moment of joy did I consciously create today? Now, let's be real, even with these tools, there will be days when awareness feels like drowning, when every conversation feels like shadow theater, when you wonder if you're cursed to see too much. That's normal. It's not a sign you're failing, it's a sign your brain is rewiring in real time. Neuroplasticity research shows new circuits are fragile at first. It takes repetition to strengthen them. So every time you spot a projection without absorbing it, you're reinforcing a new circuit. Every time you pause before reacting, you're strengthening your prefrontal cortex. Every time you choose compassion over collapse, you're upgrading your vagus nerve stability. Healing isn't abstract, it's literally physical training for your nervous system. And integration takes time. In psychology, they call it liminal space, the in-between. You're not who you were, but you're not yet fully who you're becoming. That's why it feels disorienting. But liminal space is where the real magic happens. Jung wrote about the alchemical process of transformation, the chaos before the gold. Quantum physics even mirrors this. Particles exist in superposition before they collapse into form. You are in the superposition of your becoming, and that means patience. Here's a real life scenario. You're at a family dinner. All dynamics are playing out. Someone criticizes your choices. Another deflects responsibility. And in the past, you'd have reacted, defended, maybe even exploded. Now, you see it. You feel your body tense. You pause. You remind yourself their projection is not my truth. You choose to respond with calm or maybe even silence, and you leave that dinner proud, not drained. That is surviving healing. Or take the workplace. The office gossip circle kicks off. Instead of joining in, you recognize it's a trauma bond. You smile, nod politely, redirect your attention. Later, you treat yourself to a joyful walk or a coffee ritual. You didn't collapse into bitterness, you didn't shame them, you simply chose your own path. That's playing the game consciously. Now, this is the shift. Surviving healing doesn't mean withdrawing from the world. It means engaging with the world from a higher level of awareness. It means living aware in a world that still sleeps, without making sleep your enemy. So here's my invitation to you. Comment below where you are in this process. Are you in the stage of drowning in awareness? Are you starting to notice your observer self kicking in? Or are you learning how to play the game consciously? I want to know, because sharing your stage helps others realize they're not alone either. This kind of seems crazy at first, but it's so freeing once you experience it. And before we close, just remember this: you are not here just to see the matrix. You are here to rewrite it, to create your life rooted in your values, anchored in joy, resilient, and compassion. So download the free Core Values workbook, sign up for the Freedom Formula Challenge, and like, subscribe, and share this with someone else who needs it. Those actions are the bridge between surviving healing and stepping into transformation. And you are here to step into lasting transformation, not just to survive this healing process, but to live awakened, embodied, and to thrive in it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been useful, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one.